So today I'm going to be making some African stew and fufu. Um, the African stew I'm making, of course, is going to have a twist to it. Like when I make Chinese food, I add my own to it. When I do Russian food, I add my own to it. You will hear the dog. He's in a cage barking because I don't want him jumping up by the food. Sorry about that. Anyhow, so if I make Jamaican food, I add my own twist. So it's going to be my own twist to the African stew. And today I'm going to do it a way that I haven't really saw it done. I'm using the crock pot. Yes, I sure the hell am. And it's going to come out delicious. So what you need for the beef stew is your meat. Of course, you're going to have to rinse the meat. So, I'm going to have to pause so I can rinse everything. I already rinsed these vegetables right here, but I have a lot more, the onions and stuff. I want to rinse everything. So, you rinse your meat. You get you some cut up steak. You can even use oxtails. Now, traditionally, they don't use carrots. My daughter wants carrots. You want to make it where the kids like it as well. So I use the petite, sweet baby carrots. I have my tomato. I have another one in the bag, so it's going to be 2 tomatoes, but I didn't rinse that one off. I have my bell pepper. I have 2 Scotch bonnets. I have 1 red, huge onion. I have some shallots. I'm going to throw in a little bit of shallots with it too. Like I said, I like to twist things up. Then I have for the garnish part, once the stew's done, I'm going to cut it up with some green onions. So that's, the base ingredients. And I'm going to go step by step. I'm just showing you kind of everything I have. For the broth, I have the beef broth, and you have to add in, like I said, I like a twist, that beef bone broth. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with this. You're going to say, So I use, of course, with the tomatoes, I am going to use some tomato puree. I'm going to use some beef bouillon. I'm going to use some bay leaf. I didn't have Maggie. It's so hard to get Maggie, and you have to order it online. It takes forever. So I substituted a Maggie cube for this cube, which, hey, tastes the damn same. You'll be all right. What else do I have? I have curry powder. I have ground thyme. I have sea salt, black pepper. I also have ground ginger. I could have got the fresh one, but I didn't feel like it. So that's going to be pretty much all the seasonings that you're going to need for the dish. And for my fufu, I know how to make fufu without using the powder, without using, that powder that you get and you add water. No, we're not. We're going to do the fufu my way. It's going to be my fufu way. So what I'm going to use is 3 plantains. And 1, well, we call it yuca, but in Africa, they call it, oh my God, what's the name? I can't think of it. Oh, we call it yuca, but they call it I can't think of the name. Somebody help me out, but I'm sure somebody will. This ain't even live, so how I'm going to say somebody help me out? Malaysia, you go on Google on your phone and see the other one of, I have my little helper here. I have to, before I cut it off and rinse all my vegetables off, I got to find out for you guys. What is the other term for the yuca? The yuca root. I got a nice size one. So when you make your plantain enough to serve, small little family of 4, you would want, you usually it would be 2 plantains to 1 yuca, but this is a nice size yuca, and these plantains aren't like super large. They're medium size. So 3 medium plantains to 1, nice large yuca. AKA, we'll come back and tell you that after the stuff is washed. See you guys later. Go ahead. Okay, I figured out what it was called because I'm a Scorpio, so I can't rest unless I get it right. Yuca, AKA cassava. Bam. All right, let me go wash this off. I do not own rights to the music. It's light music. It's the radio station, so I wish y'all would take my fucking video. Oops. Hi, so I'm back. I'm back. I rinsed off my vegetables. I don't own rights to this music, like I said. So what you're gonna do, I like to keep it professional, so I'm gonna edit that out. You want to just restart it? No, we're just gonna edit it. So now I washed all my vegetables. And so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna cut up my Scotch bonnets. I don't really have to chop them up much. All I did was cut off the stem part of it. We're gonna drop it into the blender. And my daughter's helping, my teenage daughter. She's going to a college preparatory high school. I'm so proud. Okay, sorry. They can't see you. Stop being mean. Can you lift the lid off of it? So I'm gonna drop in my Scotch bonnet like so. So you use 2. Ooh, pack of heat. Then I'm gonna do my bell pepper. I'm going to, I just cut off that little top part like that. Then I go in like this. Y'all gonna see me biting. I'm gonna bite my lip. Let me see. Just want the core out. Oh, she was pregnant. Little baby one in there. Can you see it? Oh, we're gonna eat you. Right. So then I'm just gonna take these, cut them up into little chunks, drop them off in there. This. So like I said, since we're doing I'm left-handed, so it may look weird that I'm cutting like this. But yeah. So it's okay if they're big chunks. This can go too. Okay. So now we got the bell peppers in there with the Scotch bonnets. Now we're gonna do the onion. Take your onion. This is a nice size too. Look at her. She's nice. I'm gonna half it. And I'm gonna half it. And I'm gonna half it again. And I'm gonna half it again. So it kind of comes like that. That way it gets in there easier to blend. I might have to do 2 runs with this blend. That should be good though. I might not have to use all of these onions because I am gonna use some shallots as well. I'm just using a little sliver of that. Ooh, my eyes. Oh, Malaysia baby cry. Okay, got that. I had to wrap my hair up because I don't want nothing in the food. That's a big no-no. So I'm gonna cut up. I'm gonna do all my vegetables. Ooh, my eyes is really getting to me. I'm gonna do my vegetables and I'm gonna blend this up. I'm gonna add my cube. Where's my cube at, baby? Into here. Now, what I told you guys about the bone broth, let me show you what I'm gonna do with it. I'm going to use that as a liquid to blend everything into a smooth consistency. See, I told you there was use for that. Okay. I'm also gonna add in my seasonings in here as well. So I'm gonna go with my beef bouillon. Oh, I didn't open that yet. What do I have to do? Oh. And going like that. Don't be stingy with the seasoning. I'm gonna use some. Can you pass me that, baby? I'm gonna use a little bit of curry powder in there. This is gonna be like a little bit of my paste. I'm gonna cut up the tomato too. And you're gonna see what I'm gonna do. I have the pot on right here. It's kind of hard to see, but it's like right here with a little bit of oil in there. I'm adding the ginger. I'm gonna open it. I don't measure, I just go. So I can't give you guys exact, but you guys can make it to your own taste. I don't need the bay leaf, baby. The bay leaf goes when it's like soupy texture. Okay, sprinkle a little bit more on there. And that's good because we're gonna add more, of course, later. Here's the top for this. And we're gonna do some salt. I already added that Maggie cube, so I'm not gonna go crazy on that. Did we use everything else? I used curry. Yep. Turmeric, that. I'm missing one thing. Oh, thyme. Poured out a lot. That's okay. That's how we want it. So we're gonna do the tomatoes. There's gonna be a lot of stuff in here. I might just do one since I do have a big can of the tomato puree. But I might can add this after. We'll see. So then, excuse my little stomach. I thought, you know, big girls can rock some shit too. Okay, so now we got that. We're gonna blend this up. So give me a second, get that situated. Let me clean this off. I'll be right back. So I basically noticed that there were 3 ingredients I didn't name. I'm so sorry I forgot to. The beef bouillon, I don't know if I named that when I was showing off the seasonings, bay leaf, and also the minced garlic. Now, I forgot to add that in the base that I was supposed to put, you know, in with the blender, but that's okay since they're minced. I'm gonna just add it into the pot right now. So I'm adding this into the pot with the base that I blended in. All right, I want you guys to get it right. So I blended it up. I added my last tomato. So that was a total of, like I said, 2 tomatoes. And I added 1 whole clove of, you know, the whole like bundle of shallot. You know how it comes with like two in one or whatever. So I added the shallots. And look at that. Yes, baby. That's going to be my soup base. Or stew base. In the crock pot with some oil. And you want to brown it in the crock pot. So my crock pot's on super high. It'll start to sizzle in a minute. To heat up to make it sizzle faster, I'm gonna put the lid on it. Now, even though I put seasoning in my base, when you do brown the meat with this process, you do want some of the flavors to suck up into the meat. So I used ground black pepper, I used ginger, and I used curry powder, and then 1 cube. You don't wanna use, you know, it's no point of using hella salt because the base has great seasoning in it. But the cube does have a little bit of salt, you know, in it. Use Maggie cube, preferably. Or if not, use the one I showed you. Okay, let that brown. I added my soup base and I added my carrots. So I'm just going to let it do its thing in the crock pot for like 3 hours to 4 hours. I let the meat get brown. And you know, don't add potatoes if you're using fufu with the stew. And remember, all the onions and stuff is ground up. But yeah, so I got, you know, a light little brown on it already. From the crock pot, believe it or not, you just gotta have patience depending on how high your crock pot go. So yeah, got the meat in there. I added the base and I added my can of tomato puree. And just gonna let everything cook. All right, you guys, I'll let you know when it's finished. Oh yeah, the reason why I said don't add potato, unless you want to be bigger than me ×2, because we're using yuca, which is basically like a potato. It's starchy with the plantains to, you know, dip in the stew. Don't do it. I forgot to tell you guys to add 3 bay leaves. Since it's a big pot, I'm adding 3 bay leaves. Just start on in there. And cover. Throughout your 4 hours, throughout your 4 hours of cooking, you just want to check on it and stir it. Like I said, I added my garlic a little later, which is fine. And it's the minced. But oh my God. Oof. When I tell you, So just stir it every 30 minutes. Far away, or, okay. That's fine. So now I'm gonna cut up the plantains to put in the blender. You're supposed to put them in ice water so they don't turn brown. But before I can even get the camera set up, these motherfuckers is already turning brown. So you just want to cut them. You're going to put them inside of the blender. Ooh, man down. It's on my ankle, but I don't want it. Just a rough chop because it's going inside of the blender. All right. So now I'm just cutting up the yuca. Oh, and I'm gonna chop them up into like that, and then like that, and put it in the blender. So once again, just cut them into like fours and put them in the blender. I'll be back. So now we have the 3 plantains and the 1 yuca and a little bit of water. I'm gonna have to stop every so often and then to mix it. The bottom's gonna get mixed. This is some hard shit. So this one is tedious. So each time you're gonna have to grab the spoon, mix around. This is for the fufu. Now, if you're wondering what that color is in there, I cheated. I used 2 tablespoons of the base that I use for the stew, because fufu is plain. And I'm sorry, I am a little bit, you know, we Americanized. I'm on flavor everywhere. So I put 2 teaspoons. I cheated. Sure did. All right. We'll be back when it's done. Added the garnish so that when I serve the stew, it has like, you know, the scallions on it. When you blend it, you want it to look smooth like this. And then I'm gonna put it on the pot and cook it until it gets thick. So now it's in the pot, and you're gonna just consistently stir it, stir it, stir it. And here's my fufu. All that work, I didn't make it as smooth like, you know, the ball, but that's what you're gonna get tonight. Yummy. So here's my stew that I have. And then here's my fufu. I'm gonna go ahead and dig in. Quality as I want. Okay. You gotta have a bowl. I need a bowl of water. Oh, it's hot, the stew. I can't grab it right now. Just for my hands. So the mistake that I made, oh, I forgot to, yeah. The mistakes that I made with the fufu was that the first time I didn't blend it enough. So you want to make sure that the fufu is well blended before you put it on the stove. Oh, God. Slap me and call me side salad. I'm about to mess this up. It's gonna get real ugly. Gotta go. Quick, the best part about this is you get to eat with your damn hands. But look how tender that meat is. Oof. So, like, if you want to know, like, the texture of the fufu is like, my hands are wet from rinsing them in my water bowl on the side. It's like, I don't know, dough. You see how it, like, bounces back up? Like, it's like dough. That's like, I would just describe the flavor, the texture of it. It's like dough. I like to make it where I can kind of scoop it to like a little cup thing so that I can get more of the juice in there and the meats.